Do you think your country is cheap, moderately expensive, or one of the most expensive places to live in the continent of Africa? Before you answer, this ranking might surprise you. Today, we are counting down the top 10 African countries with the highest cost of living in the year 2026. So pay attention, because your country might be higher than you expect, or lower maybe. This ranking is based on a Numbeo data. Important clarification: this list does not include rent or housing. It focuses on everyday life like groceries, restaurants, transport, utilities, and basic services. In other words, how expensive it is to get through a normal month. So we start at number 10 and move up to the most expensive country in the continent of Africa. So let's begin the countdown. In number 10, we have South Africa, with a cost of living index at 37.1. Here, groceries are moderate, restaurants are balanced, daily expenses are manageable. Because South Africa has a strong purchasing power, it helps absorb those costs I just mentioned. So this means many households in the country of South Africa can still save a little, but lifestyle spending makes money disappear faster than expected. In number 9, we have Mauritius with a cost of living index at 38.3. Here, food and dining are very much expensive, driven by imports and also a lot of tourism. And purchasing power is still relatively strong compared to other African countries. Here, you live comfortably, but everyday convenience in Mauritius comes at a premium price. In number 8, we have Cameroon with a cost of living index at 40.7. Here, groceries are costly, restaurants are even more expensive, and purchasing power, that's where it hits, is very low. Here, a small increase in food prices can wipe out a family's monthly budget. So that's Cameroon in number 8, one of the costliest country in the continent of Africa. In number 7, we are heading to the Eastern African continent. And we have Ethiopia with a cost of living index at 41.8. Here, groceries are expensive, rent might be moderate, restaurants are relatively cheap, but the purchasing power of average Ethiopian is very, very, very low. So most income that the individuals that live in this country gets, so most income goes to foods first, then leaving little for saving or emergencies or any kind of investment. In number 6, we have Angola with a cost of living index at 42.3. Here, groceries and restaurants are costly, rent is high in most of the major cities in Angola, but purchasing power looks strong on paper. Unless you are in a high-paying sector, daily life feels far more expensive than salaries suggest in Angola. In number 5, we have Ivory Coast. The cost of living index here is 44.8. In Ivory Coast, maybe rent is manageable, food and dining costs are not that much manageable. And the purchasing power, again, is extremely low, making it very hard for people to get by. So people cut back on quality food just to make it to the end of the month in the nation of Ivory Coast. In number 4, we have Cape Verde. Here, the cost of living index is 46.3 according to Numbeo. Most goods are imported from abroad, groceries are expensive, but rent is very cheap here. Here, housing might be affordable, but daily shopping quietly drains income. If someone in Ethiopia spends a lot of money on housing and food, here it is the shopping that takes away most of your income. In number 3, with the highest cost of living, is Senegal with a cost of living index at 48.5. In Senegal, rent might be low, but groceries and restaurants push costs up and purchasing power is very much low. Here, urban life feels expensive even without spending luxuriously. And in number 2, we have the Democratic Republic of Congo with a cost of living index of 50.2. In DRC, groceries are too expensive, restaurants are costly, rent in major towns of DRC is very much high. Basic items here cost so much that salaries lose value very quickly in DRC. And in number 1, with the highest cost of living by the year 2026, the most expensive country to live in Africa in 2026, according to Numbeo, is Seychelles, with a cost of living index at 64.5. Here, almost everything is imported to this tiny nation of Africa. Food and restaurants are extremely expensive in Seychelles. Maybe it has to do with a lot of tourists. Even a simple lifestyle here requires a very strong income. So before we finish up, let's just take a reality check here. High cost of living does not automatically mean high income. Some countries are expensive because people earn more. Others are expensive because basic goods cost more. And that difference determines how hard life really feels. So, where does your country rank? Higher than you expected or exactly where you thought? Comment below, like the video, subscribe it and share it with your friends. Until next time, bye-bye.